And welcome on into a Wednesday edition of Philly Voice Sports Bets. I am Harry Mays along with Eytan Shander. You see him down there in the lower box. Follow him on Twitter at Shander Show.
I'm in for Devan Kaney today.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, no Devan today. I think she may still be celebrating yet another Phillies victory last night over those Miami Marlins. But Matt Jericho, our producer,
yes,
is going to be joining us full time for the show today. And I understand he's got some picks that he wants to give out at the end of the show. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I got some tricks up my sleeve, so hopefully I can make the viewers some money today.
All right, well,
that's
beautiful.
the goal here. Harry,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 Wnba picks before we get out of here.
Oh, my God.
And they're not even mine.
Wow.
How about that?
Dude, you are not getting WNBA picks anywhere else in Pennsylvania. I can guarantee you that.
Well, not locally. Right.
Right.
For sure. Look, I mean, it's illegal, so I can't give these out, but we're doing okay. We're not flawless, but we're up in the Little League. So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, that's right. He was betting Little League World Series yesterday.
Let me tell you something. I had Penn in that game against Delaware.
I was watching some of that.
Did you see that moon shot?
Yes.
That killed my bet.
I'll tell you. Yeah, that one kid for Delaware. I mean, he looks like he's about 6'2".
Yeah, what the hell?
The Naaman's squad, right?
For all the people that are rolled, first off, if you're here because you have some inkling of betting and you enjoy that activity. So I get that there are tiers of people who bet, and there's still a lot of people that look down at the lowest tier, if you will, and say, oh, you degenerates, what have you. Right. Last year, what was it, South Dakota, right? Last year, this school had some mammoth of an individual who was a pitcher. I don't think he got hit once. He struck everybody out. They were dogs in every single game. So these lines, if you can find them illegally, they are super inefficient. That's all I'd say.
All right. Well, you're pointing it out for the people, and that's why they come here, Eytan.
Now, I got to take a swig of this, and I don't want the brand to go over since we're a sponsored show. You're going to tell us about who we're sponsored by.
Well, yeah, I'm going to.
I'm going to turn my back.
All right. I'm going to be out on the golf course.
You and Matt. I'm turning my back to the YouTube policies.
Okay, I'm going to be out on the golf course after the show today, and I know it's going to be in the mid to high 80s. I'm going to be out at Springford in Royersford today, and it'll be a great time to enjoy some Candy Kapow ice, maybe at the turn.
Beautiful.
Everybody! Go candy crazy with Rita's new Candy Kapow Ice. And new app users get a free ice when they download and use offer code SWEET. Stop by your local Rita's today and try it before it's gone. Offer expires September 4th.
Be cool, eat your Rita's.
I can't wait to try it. I thought there was more that you were going to say.
No, that was the cue. That it was a little bit of a pause. I know you don't like pausing in shows because you like to keep, the sound going. But a little pregnant pause allows Matt to slip in the.
Right. Well, I thought you were going to say a little more than that. I'm a man of efficiency.
I learned from Pat Summerall.
Well, here's the thing. All right,
I'm a minimalist.
You can even do it. It's a kid's favorite. Try it in cool, sweet treats. Right? I mean, you could do it in Summerall if you like.
Maybe a Sugar Blast Blendini.
Add on Rita's.
Or a sweet shop gelati.
Look, just use the promo code. You see it there, Fizzy.
Fizzy.
It's amazing. New. You can still go with the old, but there's brand new, constantly new ideas coming out in the form of cool water ice for you in the case of what we have here with the Candy Kapow. So if you're watching, take advantage of this. Go to RitasIce.com. You can use the promo code Fizzy. Before you even get there, you'll get a nice little discount. Enjoy what we and kids are loving this. It's not just for old geezers like me and Harry on the golf course. Kids are in love with this, as you can imagine, with all the sugar rush.
And as
Fizzy
always,
candy soda. Come on.
Be cool. Go to Rita's. All right, let's
get
get to
got
the
double fisting
Phillies.
this before the show. You didn't know that. That's how he's getting jacked up for this. You think?
Is that right? That's the sugar rush.
No
that
caffeine,
he gets on?
just straight fizzy candy.
All right, let's get to the Phillies. They win again last night, and they got a big one tonight against the Marlins. Alcantara is a fantastic pitcher. He's going to bring a sub-1 whip into Citizens Bank Park, a .93 whip against our guy Thor. Syndergaard making, his second start now as a Philly. And we talked last week that he kind of was limping through the 5 innings before the rain came. And it might have been a good idea that the rain came because, maybe the floodgates were about to open up against him. So a big matchup tonight, yet the Phillies are favored at -125 on the numbers that I saw. But the over-under is a juicy 7, Eytan, and it's juiced to the over.
It is juiced to the over. And by the way, that was not Milli Vanilli blaming it on the rain with Thor. That was the opposite. I don't know, man. I'm not going to touch the total. If I wanted to do anything in this game here, assuming that it would match up from a number standpoint, I think I would attack the first 5 more than anything here.
A first 5 under?
Or I would just look and see what I can get from the first 5. Syndergaard, here's the thing. Miami doesn't score a lot. They don't score early, definitely not in the first inning. They're not great in the first 5 on the road either. So I think this is a really good settle in. You see it a lot in the NFL, right? The get right game. This is a get right start, I think, for Syndergaard at home. The Phillies can be as hot as the freaking sun, but Alcantara is a monster.
Yeah, he really is.
Nasty.
Yeah,
right? I like the idea of Syndergaard getting right today. I think this is finally when he kind of settles in to Philly. And I was looking, and the Marlins actually have struck out an average of 12 times over the past 5 games. So his line is sitting at just 4.5 right now. And that at -164 to hit the over, I kind of like that, considering Miami's lineup isn't that strong.
All right, I'm gonna go Harry Mays on you here and hit you with another analytical stat. I did not imagine in a lifetime, Matt, that I would hear Harry Mays quote somebody's whip.
Dude.
Now, if we get Harry quoting somebody's ex-Wnba,
no, that's too far. I've been on Whip for many, many years before. Back when Francesa was talking about Whip.
Okay. So I was just looking this up. Syndergaard, and look, it's a new spot. I get it. And the Marlins do K, 18.2% K rate, which is a stat that I do like to look at for K prop. The number is low. That's the thing, though. You're right. The number is low. So maybe take advantage of the fact that it's 4.5. 5.5 would be too much. I don't know if I'd build a ladder with, even Sandy's K rate, 23.3. That's not great at all. So neither of these guys are really striking many people out. Alcantara is just unhittable from the standpoint of just being an amazing contact pitcher, and the average is so low. I don't hate it, Matt, by any means. I think I would stop, though, at the over 4.5. Is that juice to the – it's got to be juice to the over.
Right now, yeah, that's sitting at a -164, and then the under is
over
+128. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's not all right. So look, you're betting basically 1.5 to win 1, which again against the Marlins would be the opportunity. Just because there are K's in a lineup. All right, that's not terrible though.
And don't forget, we got to promote this, Eytan. Our chalkboard page. Eytan's putting out plays like it seems like every 10 minutes on the chalkboard app that we have, and you can access that through our Twitter pages. I have it, in my bio. The link to us. It's pinned, no, it's not pinned. It's in my profile
for me.
Oh, okay. You have it pinned at the top of your page, and that's gonna, that goes all sports. We're talking golf on that, especially now as the playoffs are starting. Actually, they get underway tomorrow down in Memphis, and Justin Thomas is somebody that I love at this golf course, Eytan. I don't know about you. And
real quick, Harry, before we jump into this weekend and look at anything else, college football and the NFL beyond, about the chalkboard app, this is what we're going to start doing every day is we're going to give out a ticket. So I have this WNBA 2-leg ticket, right? And for those of you who think, what the hell, WNBA, my buddy Cooper over at Odd Shopper is on a freaking heater. I put the tweet out.
Not Mr. Cooper.
No.
Okay.
I am still hanging with him, but it's not Mr. Cooper. And we're losing Matt, by the way, on all these old references. Yeah, just so you know.
Look him up.
Who the hell is Mr. Cooper? Anyway, point being,
you brought up Milli Vanilli.
I know. Shame on me too, right? I couldn't help it. It's the only thing I think of when I hear a blame it on the rain. So point being, though, about the chalkboard app, sign up. Harry mentioned the link is there on his Twitter account. It's pinned for mine. Either way. And we're going to put out a code word each day, right? So basically, jump on, and we'll put that announcement out so that if you sign up, you could just respond on there. This is all done on the Chalkboard app. The ticket, however, is going to be given out here. So each day I'll give out a ticket. In this case, it's the Dallas Wings and Phoenix Mercury parlayed together. So if this hits, when this hits, we'll give somebody who is watching here and then signed up on the Chalkboard app. And don't worry, just go to the Chalkboard app. You'll see an announcement as far as how to be eligible here. We'll give somebody $100. And it's going to be like that. Right. So long as this ticket hits, as long as you just follow the rules, watch here, go to the Chalkboard app.
Follow us on Chalkboard.
Exactly. Yeah. Sign up, subscribe, etc., and then say, hey,
free.
We're here. It is free.
Right.
Excellent point.
Right.
And these tickets hit each time. We'll give out a ticket, and each time it hits, somebody will win the ticket. In this case, somebody will win $100.
All right, that sounds great.
Just
getting back to the golf, what do you think about Sungjae Im this weekend in a top 10, Eytan, at plus 300? I got him on DraftKings, and I have him in a matchup over Billy Horschel. He's been second in his last two tournaments, playing really well.
Playing really well. I think the field has been weakened, and he's taken advantage of that. I'm still concerned about where he is on such a deep field here, a top-heavy field here. I love the matchup. I love the matchup against Billy Horschel.
Does that same concern apply to Tony Finau, too, now that he's bumping up in the big field and he's the hottest player going?
I'm glad you mentioned. Now, here's the thing. I'm not touching Finau this week only because the law of this game mandates that at some point you're going to come back. I mean, like, we thought Scotty Scheffler could be on this amazing run.
Right.
Here's the difference. And it doesn't take anything away from this young man who was absolutely masterful over the weekend, this past weekend, to close out the regular season. Point being, though, is Finau hung on. Finau hung on against a weak field. Sungjae at least could have shut or hung to an extent on Sunday and just played okay, right? So that's the difference is if I were to choose one of the two, both are playing exceptionally well. Both took advantage of weak fields, but Finau hung on. So I think I'd have to stick with Finau between
Tom Kim shot 61 on Sunday. My God.
And I get it, and I understand it, but
he was 27 through the front nine.
That's not Rory, okay? That's not Cam Smith, okay? That's not Scotty. That's not guys Dustin Johnson on his best day, all right? That's not these guys. That's my point, is that when you have a door open with a weak field, Tony Finau kicked that open, and I need Sungjae Im to do that, and I lost a lot of money because Sungjae Im.
Okay, now it comes out, and I respect that. Now I wanted to get into an over/under win total in the NFL, and I know you've got one in college
too. Can I give a couple of FedEx as well? Or
I didn't know. Okay, go.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to give you two outrights. All right, and then I'll give you. These are also, by the way, top 20 plays. You're going to lay a little with the first top 20 play, not on the other. And again, Patrick Cantlay is just insane. 16-1 is not ideal, but it's still pretty good for a guy in Cantlay who has just been absolutely consistent and has been able to hang on or close gaps on Sunday. Look, the field is the field, but he has defeated top-level field talent as well. So this is probably one of the better numbers you're going to get with Cantlay and this type of field. So I'll take him there at 16-1. The other is a guy who lost in a playoff, last time out, and has played well this year outside of just injury concerns. And I think he's flown, Harry, under the radar, dare I say, at 50-1. Hideki Matsuyama is a guy I want to target at this course. And then lastly for you, and again, those are top 20s as well. Lastly, top 40. And this is simply off one metric, Harry, and that's bogey avoidance. This guy is, I believe, number 2 across the entire tour, avoiding bogeys. As much as we'll talk about how easy it is to score in the mid-teens this weekend, avoiding issues, avoiding a
lot of water there.
Water and bunker. Thank you.
Yeah.
Matt Kuchar, top 40 plus.
Oh, yeah. Another big stat is obviously strokes gained approach, but 125 to 200 yards. And JT is number 1 in the PGA Tour at that range. And Victor Hovland is number 2. Guy cannot chip to save his life. No, and he's not great in bunkers, but boy, can he put it close from that distance. So watch out for him.
Is there any interest at all in a guy who could absolutely screw you to the wall in about 6 minutes of action and still find a way to hang in the top 10 in Shane Lowry?
Oh, Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's got a brilliant short game.
That's
he's
the
tremendous
point, right?
around the greens.
Scrambling. That's the point. But he hit shots that I am looking at like I hit that. Like I hit it off the head of the nozzle last time out, and the ball went 50 yards to the right.
Not the hosel.
No, the nozzle, the hosel, whatever the hell.
All right, real quick. NFL, which one do you want me to hit on? Seattle at 5.5 wins or Carolina 6.5 wins?
Matt, you choose.
I think the best bet would probably be for Carolina, just because the talent is more there when it comes to the Carolina squad. It really just depends on the injuries. If CMC could stay healthy, and if Baker Mayfield's, if he's the QB1, can he get him the ball?
Wow.
I mean, that's really the interesting thing to me. But I think I'm taking Carolina there over Seattle. I think they just have a little bit more talent right now.
No, I mean, you're taking Carolina the total over?
Yeah,
6.5?
yeah, over.
Okay, you'd rather bet
over
that
Seattle.
than the Seattle. I would take both of these teams under, and I love Matt Rule. Everybody knows that. But my God, this Seattle team is going to stink on ice, I think, with Drew Lock and Geno Smith as your quarterbacks. And, I mean, the soul was just taken out of that team when Russell Wilson went to Denver. I mean, that's he's been sort of lifting that team to what last year they had 7 wins. I mean, I don't know how the hell they carved out 7 wins, but their soul is gone. And I think I'd go under on Carolina too, because I don't believe in Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find this damn thing and I can't, of course, but last year, or I think this is career, or maybe last year or career. Either way, it's really good. Baker Mayfield, when his defense, and you'll think, oh, okay, when his defense, yeah, absolutely. Most quarterbacks, not so much, but when his defense causes 2 or more turnovers in a game, Baker Mayfield is like 75, 80%. It's really high against the spread. And I know we're not talking about against the spread, we're talking win totals here, but Carolina's defense, very under-discussed, very good and aggressive. If we're talking about just Baker Mayfield managing a football game and that defense playing at the very least as good as they were last year, if not maybe a little bit better, yeah, they're not going to win 10 games. But what was it, 5.5?
It's 6.5 for Carolina, 5.5 for Seattle. They were decimated at cornerback with injuries early.
I was going to say 6 wins is a little. Oh, that's all right, but pushing it to 7, that's a tough
why
division
I go under.
Too.
I think okay, pass. That's fair.
Yeah,
all right, you have one in college, then we got to get to Matt's picks.
Yep. So real quick, so I saw this. It was thrown to me like, I don't know, as soon as the books open this up, and it's starting to move. Now, DK still has it at 28, but everybody else is starting to move 27.5. I imagine this thing is going to move even more. A team that they've been awful is not going to be that bad this year, or at least as bad as last year. UConn plus 28. If you can get it, jump on it now.
Against who?
Hold on a second.
Because they're independent now, right?
They are independent.
Yeah, because they used to be in the American Conference.
I got to go back now to DraftKings. But
that's obviously week 1.
Yeah, it's week 1. It's week 1. Week 0, technically.
Week 0, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Jump on this now.
All right. Go ahead, Matt.
I just said UConn plus 28. Who cares who they're playing?
It's Utah State, by the way.
Utah State.
On the road.
Yeah, that's why they're getting 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But again, it's already moving. The point being is that it shouldn't matter who's playing. The point is that they are taking money because people realize that they are not 4 touchdowns worse than Utah State. That's all.
Okay.
All right. I got a little bit of a hot take here. And I've been coming with this for the past couple weeks now since NFL free agency has kind of been wrapping up. I have the Minnesota Vikings at plus 240 to win the NFC North. And I know a lot of people are probably calling that a little bit, crazy, a little bit wild, considering Aaron Rodgers is still in the division. But the Minnesota Vikings, they just got Zadarius Smith from Green Bay, who was a cornerstone of that defense. And then they just added Harrison Phillips as well. We're looking at Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen as well, having another great, solid year behind a fully healthy Dalvin Cook. You still have Kirk Cousins over there. And quite honestly, Green Bay doesn't have much anymore that's really intimidating me. They lost Marquez Valdes-Scantling. They lost, obviously, Devontae Adams. Zadarius Smith now with the Vikings. I'm not fully bought in on the Packers. And looking last night at the Vikings schedule, I could see them winning 12 games this year. So for plus 240 for the value of it, I really like them to win that division.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not going to be anybody else outside of Minnesota.
Oh, your boy Dan Campbell. You're not buying into Dan?
I'm not buying into anything. All I'm buying in is that they're going to cover a 4-point spread against the Eagles. That's all. And I would definitely look at, not that you need to at 4, but I would look at teasing them and Minnesota up. Minnesota is actually an interesting play if you got them at 2 ahead of time. Or Green Bay, pardon me, minus 1.5.
Just listen. It doesn't matter if you have 1 butt cheek and 3 toes, because I will still beat your ass. That's Dan Campbell. That's one of his platitudes coming up in the next edition of HBO's, what do they call it?
Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks. All this stuff is contrived crap.
Of course
for Hard Knocks.
I didn't know people. Look, I'm not watching Hard Knocks. Are you? I'm definitely not watching Hard Knocks for betting insight. I can tell you that. Like writing this. Hey, Dan Campbell's got these great platitudes. Let me fade him week 2.
He's wearing his grit hat tonight. Look out.
I'll tell you, man, I can't wait for Doug Peterson. That's all. Just bring on Dougie.
All right. Well, that wraps up a Wednesday edition of Philly Voice Sports Bets. Check us out, Philly Voice YouTube, PhillyVoice.com. And we'll be back on Friday, and Devan will return. And in the meantime, be cool. Go to Rita's.